Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to March, everybody. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. Hello. Hey, good morning, Michelle. How are you? Great to see you here. Nice. Thank you. Hi, Bob Guinan. Good morning, John Wills. How are you this morning? Good morning, Vicky. I thought it was Monday. Like it could very well could be. Who knows? Uh, that I saw the paint job you did. That's something. Very nice. Howdy-ho, Jamie Battles. Good morning, Robin. Yes. Good morning, dear friends. Goodness, could that be more perfect? That we have been on this journey for so long. We are dear friends. I hope you will all feel that as we come together this morning. So glad you're here. Good morning, Deb Votrin. How are you? Glad that you're here. We're in this blustery morning here. Doing well. Sick about a week. Doing great. Good. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. That is good. That is good, good, good. Hey, Priscilla. How are you? I hope. Oh, hi. Oh, did I get that right? Oh, hi. Oh, right? Did I get that right? Anyway, that's I tried. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. How, how is everyone holding up? We, on this part of the world, are in the midst of a downright tempest this morning. We have all manner of things that won't work. I'm feeling fortunate that we have the interwebs to be able to communicate because I wasn't even sure we were going to get that this morning. So, hey Sharon, glad you're here. So I've got see one or two more folks coming along. We will get going in a sec. You're good. Go Bucks. Go Bucks. So I when I was in Iraq, my commander was from Ohio, and he was a huge Ohio State fan, huge, 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 and uh, um, and his sergeant major, the guy that his enlisted equivalent, his kind of buddy in crime, was from Michigan and a huge Michigan State fan. So you can imagine like that, and that that it would classic Army that they would pair those two up. It was all, and it's always funny that that half of staff meetings was talking about the virtues between Ohio State and Michigan. So uh, winds are crazy here. Winds are crazy here too. We've had stuff fall down. We've had trees come down. We've had part of our windows blow around. Our fireplace we just put in won't light because of the. It's been crazy. Getting cold, really cold in DC. It's cold all over. Yep. I was talking to some friends this morning in Maine. It was the wind chill. The wind chill where they were was 40 below, which I know for like some of you and Ohio, it's upstate Michigan, all that. Like it's just kind of you call that Tuesday. I understand, but for us in the spleeny South Coast, that's those are real temperatures. So good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, The second day of March. It's the second day of March, everybody. Second day of March. And March is living up to its fabled notion that it was captured in Carousel, that March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb, but she is coming in like a lion today. So we're in the midst of this tempest today. It makes me think of the Lear quote. It's so good. That if you, I put it on my Facebook wall if you want to listen to it. That King Lear speech about the tempest and being in the midst of this storm and all that it is, to feel some discomfort around this, to feel some struggle with it. I know some of you might be listening to me and you might not have power right now. Some of you I know have trees down. Some of you I know are fighting the fight of just kind of life, and that there's some struggle in it. And that's kind of what I want to talk about this morning, because I feel like if you heard Sunday's message, we talked on it a little bit, but I think there's gifts in the tempest of life. And so I want to touch on that, particularly as we roll into March. We roll into this in a few weeks. It will be the year anniversary of us coming together in this journey of 11/11s together. So if you can imagine that. So we can't. There's just a reality that we can't get through life without some pain. And so there's a question with that. What do we do with that? And I think one of the things we can do is go back to the Rechabites, and we can see what they did. Now, the Rechabites, this is fun, geeky Bible stuff. So if you're not into fun, geeky Bible stuff, today may not be your day. But I love fun, geeky Bible stuff. So here we go. The Rechabites are the ancient ancestors of what we now call the Bedouins. So they are nomadic peoples that live throughout the Arabian Peninsula, and they just don't ever settle. And this tribe comes from that by ancient commands from God never to settle. And the prophet Jeremiah encounters the Rechabites, and God says, "Go talk to the Rechabites," and he does. As the Babylonians have invaded, that everything's gone to pot with the Israelites. They're in captivity, and God says, "Go talk to the Rechabites. They have something for you. Go talk." And he's like, Jeremiah, never one to fade away from the invitation, says, "Okay, so okay. You want me to go talk to the Rechabites? I'll go talk to the Rechabites. Here we go." And so this is the story of that encounter. So from the 35th chapter of Jeremiah. This is the word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord during the reign of Jehoiakim, son of Josiah, king of Judah. "Go to the Rechabite family and invite them to come to one of the side rooms of the house of the Lord and give them wine to drink." So I went to Jezaniah, son of Jeremiah, the son of Habazaniah, and his brothers, and all of his sons, the whole family of the Rechabites. And I brought them into the house of the Lord, into the room of the sons of Hanan, son of Igdaliah, the man of God. It was next to the room of the officials, which was over that of Maaseiah, son of Shallum, the doorkeeper. And then I set the bowls of wine and some cups before the Rechabites and said to them, "Drink some wine." But they replied, "We do not drink wine because our forefathers, Jenadab, son of Rechab, gave us this command: Neither you nor your descendants must ever drink wine. Also, you must never build houses, sow seeds, plant vineyards. You must never have any of these things, but must always live in tents. And then you will live a long time in the land where you are nomads. We have obeyed everything our forefather Jonadab, son of Rechab, commanded us. Why is the question, right? Why are they commanded? Why are the Rechabites commanded not to drink wine or to settle? And to settle in a place that they're always meant to be in a tent. Why is that? I think it's a great question. Like, it seems like a silly command. I mean, doesn't it? But here is the thing, and this is the little motivation that you pick up on what's behind all of this, is that we think they're against drunkenness. That's actually not the case. The reason they are banned from alcohol is because the only way to make alcohol is to let it ferment. The only way to let something ferment is to let it be still. And so if it's still and it sits for a long time, you have to be settled. You have to be in a house. You have to have a patch of ground. You have to have some stuff to make it with. The making of alcohol was the prohibition against the making of alcohol was the way to keep them from settling down. Because if you don't drink if you drink alcohol, you're gonna kind of slide into settling down, because it's the only way to make alcohol. It's the only way to make a fermented beverage. Now, trust me, we're going somewhere with this. I hope just buckle up, put your harness on. It'll be okay. We'll get there. Now, the other thing that they were commanded as the Rechabites is that they might never settle, always sleep in a tent. Now, we see this mirrored in the Jewish people in the festival of Sukkot, right? Like, Sukkot is the festival of booths or tents, basically. And so on the highest day of the most thankful things that you're supposed to be doing, what do? You don't stay in your house. You go outside and you sleep in the dirt, like in a little booth. You sleep in a little tent, because it's a way of choosing and embracing. It's a way of choosing and embracing your life of struggle. It's a way of embracing the things that are hard in this life. Now, here we are on the South Coast and many of you all over. Maybe the temperature's low. Maybe you're still contending with snow. Maybe if you're near where we are, you are contending with the really severe winds and some really bracing cold, and that maybe the power's out in your house and you're watching the temperature go down. Maybe you got a tree down over your road. Maybe you've got some, or maybe you're just sitting there comfy with a cup of coffee and listening to my voice, and that's great too. I hope that for you. But when we encounter these pains in life, I think of the Rechabites, that we can embrace them, that we can actually choose them, that we can actually, in the way of the great preacher, that we can pray not to have easy lives, but to be stronger people. And I think that that's part of our prayer. We can't in this life get away without some pain. But what we can do is we can choose how to use the pain that life presents us. We can choose to just grouch and complain and bitterly endure the things that are before us. Or we can kind of take a leaf out of the page of the Rechabites, and we can say, you know what, we're going to have some struggles today. All right, bring them on. Because we're going to choose our struggles. We're going to choose to live in our tents. We're going to choose not to settle. We're going to obey the commands. That we're not going to get so settled in our comfy chairs that we forget that the life has struggle in it. we lived in we just moved ashore just a few months ago, me and my family. We lived in the boat for over 2 years now, and and one of the things I love about living aboard and living on a boat is exactly this. It is a little bit of a Rechabite command for me because it's not always comfortable. It's not always easy. Like on days like this, you would feel the boat move, and you would feel the it's I mean, it wasn't suffering, but it was always a reminder that that you're a part of something, and that you don't get to choose how the part of that something. Today I woke up in my bed and had no conception of what was going on outside, and I felt like I lost a little bit of something in that. And it's fine. I mean, I'm not grieving or anything like that. It's just one of those things of we to be connected to our discomfort, to be connected to our pain. Now, I'm not suggesting going and wearing a hair shirt or suffering purposefully for that, but purposefully engaging our discomfort has a gift in it of the Rechabites, because it helps keep us on task. Because the reason God sent Jeremiah to go talk to the Rechabites was to remind him that the people of Israel, they had lost their way. They were not keeping the commands that God had given them. He said, because he goes on to say, he says, when the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah saying, this is what the Lord God Almighty, the Lord God of Israel says, go and tell the people of Judah who are living in Jerusalem, will you not learn a lesson and obey my words, declares the Lord. Jechanadab, son of Rechab, ordered his descendants not to drink wine, and this command they have kept. To this day they do not drink wine because they obey their forefathers' command. But I have spoken to you again and again, and yet you have not obeyed me. I think there's something about having a little, and the Stoics knew this. This is the heart of Stoicism, is to inject a little bit of discomfort into your life. Now, I'm not talking about suffering for suffering's sake, or suffering, that's the redemptive nature of suffering. Do not hear me say that, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there's ways in which we get into this life that we must walk the journey out and know that there will be darkness and terribleness, and to be prepared for it. In the Great Wizard of Oz, it says that Dorothy and the wizard are talking, and she says, and Dorothy asks, how can I get there? Well, you must walk. It is a long journey through a country that is sometimes pleasant and sometimes dark and terrible. However, I will use all the magic arts I know of to keep you from harm. Friends, God's promise to us, Jesus' walk with us, is that all will be done to keep us from harm. Not that bad things won't happen. Not that we won't encounter discomfort. Not that we won't encounter real loss and real pain and have our hearts broken more than once. That we might get sick and never know why. That we might have things come undone. But that God's love and grace and all of God's magic arts are ever and always surrounding us and working for us and conspiring to bring us home. I'm going to leave you today with this quote from M. Scott Peck, because I just think it's brilliant. And I think it's the brilliance of the Rechabites. And it's our invitation to the Rechabite walk and their wisdom a little bit in these days. And he says it this way. It says, life is difficult. This is a great truth, one of the greatest truths. It is a great truth because once we truly see this truth, we transcend it. Once we truly know that life is difficult, once we truly understand and accept it, then life is no longer difficult. Then life is no longer difficult. Because once it is accepted, the fact that life is difficult no longer matters. Friends, you like the Rechabites and like Jeremiah and like all the saints that came before us, are a child of the Most High. And the child of the Most High, as a child of the Most High, adopted into the son and daughtership of God, your Father in heaven wants to give you all good things. And that some of those good things come through efforting. Some of those good things come through the embrace of the difficulty of life. And that when we embrace that, when we learn the lessons of our Rechabite ancestors, when we build our little booths outside on the highest days of our lives, we encounter that there's no suffering, there's no difficulty so great that will keep us, in the words of Paul's letter to the Romans, that will keep us from the love of Christ Jesus. All right, friends, that's my hope for you today. That as we kind of walk through this blustery day together, and all of the encounters of this world and the difficulties of it, don't dare not turn away. But no, life is difficult. But you are held and loved and believed in way, way, way more than you know, as a measure beyond measuring. We'll pick it up again tomorrow, friends. I look forward to seeing you at another 11:11. Thank you for being on this journey with us. Peace and grace, everybody.